Queen, do you have constant conflict in your relationship with what I call Mr. Wondering Eyes? Yeah, the one that he just be looking around. Well, here's the thing, ladies. You take you in every relationship, love, life, and business. So let's talk relational conflicts. How to handle Mr. Wondering Eyes. Listen, ladies, I love summer. And many of us, if not all of us, probably have that tank top, that mini skirt, or those pair of shorts that when we wear them, the brothers do a double take. You know what I'm talking about. And that may be flattering when they're looking at you, but it's not so flattering when you're on a receiving end and it's your man doing the double take. Am I right about it? Yes, I know. And so a lot of times we can say, hey, that's disrespectful, right? And he like, oh, I don't see no issue with it. We're like, hey, that is inappropriate. And he's like, you tripping. We're like, hey, that needs to stop. And he's like, what is the problem? I just looked, right? Yes, you probably have heard the I just looked, right? But sometimes it's not the fact that he looked, it's the way he looked, what he did when he looked, and how long he looked, right? Yes. And so some ladies, they are going to be coming outside. I'm going to just paint this picture for you because right now we're in the month of June. So it's hot outside, and typically people wear less, not more, when it's hotter, in particular women. And some ladies are going to be going outside as though it's so hot that they just took off all their clothes. Now, what do you do? Because you can't control that, right? So you have to control the controllables. So you can't focus on what she's doing and wanting her to do something else because she gonna do what she gonna do. So we focus on self. So you can control who you decide to be with. You can control who you decide to let stay in your life. You can control how you respond to his reactions and responses when he's out and about with you. So here are two questions I want you to ask Mr. Wondering Eyes the next time you're with him. And disclaimer, ladies, you gotta be calm when you do this. I know you're in a frustrating situation. I know. And you just want to hit the rooftop. But if you go in and you start fussing and cussing, you're not going to get the answers that you need, that you want, because it's going to cause him to shut down. And you don't want that. So here's question number one. Do you value me as a woman? Why are we asking that? We are asking that because we're trying to get to his state of mind of how he thinks about women and how he thinks about you in particular, your value to him. Let him answer. Pause. Wait. Hold on to his answer. Question number two. This time next year, do you see me in your life? Why are we asking this? Because we want to paint the picture of possibility. And here's the thing. Hold on to his response on this one for sure. Because he may try to skip over the part or say, oh, well, you should automatically assume that we going to be together. No, brother. We're not doing no automatic assumptions here. No, because when you assume, you can assume wrong. You want to hear from his mouth to your ears how he sees his future in the next 12 months. Because if he just skips over you, he start talking about all the things that he see happening in the next 12 months, but you not in there. Wait a minute. This man is not thinking long term about you. And ladies, let me just say this. Disclaimer, this may hurt, but I tell you this in love. Sometimes we've built a man up in our head and we've fallen in love with the idea of him in our head. And so now we are holding on to a man that really does not exist. So let him tell you truthfully what he sees happening in his life with you in the next 12 months. And if you are not in that, again, that speaks volumes. But what you want from these two answers is to get an image, to get an idea of where he is in his state of thinking in his mind. Because when you get with someone, you're not just getting with the shell of them, meaning what they look like. You are getting with the way they think. Think about that. So if you listen to how he describes your value to him, if you listen to how he's explaining and describing what his life is going to look like in the next 12 months, and you looking at him sideways, you like, if you don't feel as though that explanation came across in a way that made you believe that you had some true value, that you were going to be around for the next 12 months, that he sees the value you add to his life, then that's another conversation that you need to have. Because therein could be the root of the problem. And a lot of times we're having relational conflict because we have not gotten to the root of the issue. Yes, men are going to look, but hey, you don't have to continue to be with a man who seems like every time you go out, he just rather be with someone else. Because, brother, if that's what you want to do, by all means, do that. Nobody's holding you hostage. And that's how you have to show up, ladies. You have to show up knowing that you are valuable, that you do have something to offer, and that you get to choose the man who stands beside you. And so after he answers those two questions, depending on how he answers them, you might just be ready to walk away. But if you still feel and believe that you can salvage the relationship, then I want you to consider this. I want you to consider explaining to him in, again, a very calm, concise manner how his behavior makes you feel when you are with him. The signals and the messages that he is communicating to you by the way he continuously looks and scans when you all are out and about at other women. And then explain to him, although you're not trying to control him, that there is an expectation for any man you are with to show up as though he truly values you. And that is going to be determined not by just what he says, but through his actions. And wait for his response. Now, if you need help with that, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, do some role play so you're not nervous, so you're not yelling and screaming when it comes time for you to do this, then by all means, the discovery link is in the description below. So you can book a discovery call and we can take it from there. And so I want to leave you with this gem. Sometimes we come to the table of relationships with unspoken expectations, and then we get upset with the person for not complying or providing those expectations when it was our responsibility to make our requests known. As always, I'm Coach Sam telling you that 24 hours doesn't seem long, but in 24 hours, you could change your life. So go ahead and do something life-changing now.